Real quick, I'm going to show you the easiest ads mistake to avoid, and I'm going to do it in under 10 minutes. Everyone wants to talk about cost per lead and how they have a cheap cost per lead, and I'm going to show you why that's overrated. Cool. So let's say we have two ads running, okay? Ad one, to keep it easy, we'll say has a CPL of $3, okay? And now let's say ad two has a cost per lead of, let's get dramatic with it, and say $10. So now most people will at least take into fact that their CPMs, click-through rate, cost per click as well. A lot of people won't though, and they won't dig any deeper than that. They won't do any ad tracking, and they'll look and they say, this is the ad we need to push. It's saving me $7 per lead, okay? The problem is they're not tracking their ads after on the back end, and that's the biggest mistake we need to avoid. Let's dive a little bit deeper and assume we're actually tracking our ads on the back end. So when we dive a little bit deeper, let's say that we have, we'll call it $300 to spend on both ads. So we're spending $300. Now, simple math will tell us on ad one, you take $3 cost per lead, $300. Ad one, you're getting 100 leads. And then to keep the math simple again, ad two, you're gonna have 30 leads. So looking real quick, you're gonna say, oh, again, this ad has 100 leads and this one's getting 30 and we have the same spend. So again, I wanna go with this ad. Well, let's keep going a little bit deeper than that. Let's clear the board and we'll go deeper than that. Cool, now that we have the board cleaned up a little bit, we'll take a look at the next step. The next step is gonna be booked calls. So we'll say this top one, ad one, books at 10%. So you're gonna get 10 calls booked on ad one. So this is ad one. Okay, now let's say this ad two books at 20%. So now you have 6 calls booked on ad two. So you can already see here, we were more than 3 times the amount cost per lead. But as soon as we just take double the booking percentage on ad two, you can see the gap's a little bit closer now. Ad one still outperforming in terms of calls booked, but now we got to go to the next step. How many of them actually showed? So let's say when we dive into the show percentage, it's the exact same because we have the same follow-up sequence. So we're going to say the quality of the leads is the same. We're going to call it 50%. So now you've got 5 shots, 5 calls taken on ad one, and you're gonna have 3 calls taken on ad two. So now we're getting even closer, and this is with the same percentage. We're now down to just 2 call difference, okay? And then we have to go to the final step, the close percentage. Where does that come in? So now that we're taking into account the close percentage, we're gonna say ad one has low quality leads. So we're gonna say 20% close rate. So ad one deal. And now let's say the higher quality leads are on ad two, 66% close rate, we'll call it. And now ad two, you have 2 deals. So now when we look at the end, we can see, well, ad two is actually making us more deals. But there is one last thing we have to consider. Cool. So clear the board up a little bit. Reminder, $3 cost per lead, 100 leads, 1 deal. $10 cost per lead, 30 leads, 2 deals. Last thing we have to take into consideration is, well, how much did each deal go for? In this case, we're just gonna keep it really easy and say they're both $3,000 PIFs, paid in full, all 3 of the deals. So now this one, you make $3 grand, and this one, you make $6 grand. So when we look at it, originally we said, all right, ad one has $3 cost per lead. Most people again are gonna go, ooh, I want that ad. But at the end of the day, they both spent $300. When we actually did ad tracking, we learned, oh, ad two is actually producing double the revenue than ad one. This is why ad tracking is so important, because you can see which ads are actually converting. Sometimes it is the ad with the higher cost per lead. And I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather pay $10 per lead to get double the revenue. That's just me personally. I don't know how you guys feel, but money talks. If this was helpful for you, if you guys found this video interesting, make sure to subscribe for more content on how to grow your ads.